Hurricane season is in full swing, and let's be honest, it has been a busy one so far. But once the storm passes, how do you deal with the damage left behind, especially when you have to file an insurance claim? Well, the King Firm has experience with that, and they can help you. And this morning, joining us is friend of the show, Jason Giles. He is a partner at the King Firm. He is here to give us some tips. Welcome back, Jason, in this good jacket.
Morning. How's everybody doing? It's glad to be here. Wearing my nice fall colors for you.
Looking
Trying to
good.
push.
And thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it because we know it has been a very active hurricane season here in Southeast Louisiana, as well as our friends to the west and the east. I want to ask you my first question for people who have to file an insurance claim because of this hurricane, what are some of your tips?
Yeah, it's a great question, Malik. And some of the best tips that we can give are take as many pictures as possible. There's nothing that you can't take enough pictures of. If you have 100, take 500 more. That's probably one of the most important things that we can say. And you do that in conjunction with a list of all the damages you have. The other thing that I tell people, insurance companies will send you a copy of a policy and say, here's the policy that covers the loss. You want your specific policy. Some of the older policies have coverage language that is different than the newer policies. Very, very important that you have your actual policy issued to you.
Very
We
good
also
tips there for
recommend,
sure.
yeah, it really is. And I know there's more tips on the screen that you guys can look at, but getting your policy is only going to help the lawyers or your contractors and your adjusters figure out what's actually covered versus non-covered. And it all starts with the written language of the policy.
It does for sure. And I know a lot of people, a lot of people may have had to file an insurance claim because of Hurricane Katrina. Now we've dealt with Laura and possibly Sally as well. Why should we use an attorney? Because some people think that they can handle it themselves when you really should try to get an attorney.
You know, everybody first thing to think is, I don't want to get an attorney. I don't want to be the guy that sues someone. But you've got to remember that an insurance company is sending out a field adjuster. And when you're in an event like a Katrina or a Laura or a Sandy or an Irma or a Rita, these big superstorms, they've got hundreds of thousands of houses to adjust. It's not that they have forgotten you or that they don't care about the antique collection your grandmother left you. They don't have the capacity to do that. The lawyer can come in and use the knowledge of getting the lists, hiring their own adjusters and contractors to make sure that your loss is adjusted to the fullest and to explain to you the rights you have and how you're supposed to exercise those from day one. An insurance company doesn't have the capacity to tell you all of that in a major superstorm.
And I'm very familiar with the King Firm. I've seen your commercials, Ring the King, and we've been lucky to have you on the show multiple times. You do well with
I love it.
auto, accidents, as well as all types of different types of things. But you also handle this type of stuff, hurricane insurance claims. What kind of things have you all done at the King Firm?
So, like most people in New Orleans, we got it, kind of thrown into Katrina. My law partner has been handling, and I've been handling those since Katrina. Since Sandy, which was a superstorm that hit New York and New Jersey, we were in Puerto Rico and Florida and the Virgin Islands after Maria and Irma came back to back, devastated those areas. And last week, several days, I was in Lake Charles, um, feeding first responders, meeting with contractors, homeowners, and business owners, just trying to get a feel for what's going on and see what we can do to help. We have a team of adjusters, we have a team of engineers and contractors who can get started immediately. And that is important for people just trying to get back to their home.
It's really great. And what's also important to note is that, a lot of people are affected by hurricanes, individuals, but businesses are affected as well. And you all work with
Yeah.
businesses as well. Is there anything different between the two?
Yeah, I mean, the simple answer is yeah, major differences, and most of that's in the business side of the claim, the business financial interruptions. When you're out of power for a month, you don't have the ability to open your store or your restaurant and serve clients and customers. And so that business interruption claim is one of the more vital parts of a business claim, as well as inventory losses, damage to actual property. So there's a whole different aspect of business claims, and there are a lot more exclusions, as I think everyone just learned from COVID, in a business than you would have in a homeowner claim.
I completely agree. And when should we file a hurricane claim? Should we file it the day after, wait a week? When should we file it, whether we're an individual or a business?
Well, in Louisiana, and let's focus there, even though we've got other storms going on, you need to file your claim as soon as possible because we have a period of time in which an insurance company is required to make what we call a tender, a payment of some kind. And the clock doesn't start running until you provide what's called proof of loss. And that is any damage that you've received that is covered under that policy, whether it's the roof or a rug on the floor. As soon as you say, Mr. Insurance Company, here is my loss, they have 30 days to make what they call a reasonable payment. And if they don't do that, they subject themselves to additional penalties. The idea is we want to get people back up and running as quickly as possible. And so a lot of times, and this is an important fact I did want to talk about today, if an insurance company sends you as a homeowner or a business owner a check, use it. A lot of people don't want to use it because they feel like, well, this is a full and final settlement and my money is gone forever. That's not true. They owe you that money. Use it to start your repairs, get your life back, and let a lawyer or a supplemental claim help you get the rest of that money.
Use that check. Jason, thank you so much. You're really helping out a lot of people. You are
Thank you.
great, and congratulations on everything. And hey, here's some good news. If you want a free face mask from the King firm, all you have to do is call 504 909 King. Ring the King hello. And if you want help filing your claim after a hurricane or just to get in touch with the King firm about the other services they offer, you can log on to kinginjuryfirm.com or ring the King at 504 909 King. Their office is located at 2912 Canal Street.